The grand ballroom of the luxury hotel glittered with chandeliers and polished marble floors. Tonight, the city's most powerful businessmen and politicians had gathered for a charity gala hosted by the elusive billionaire, Dmitry Volkov. He stood tall near the stage, his sharp gray suit tailored perfectly, his icy blue eyes scanning the crowd. Everyone whispered about his fortune, his mysterious past, and his intimidating presence. Yet no one dared to speak to him directly unless he initiated the conversation. Among the guests was Elena, a single mom who had been invited last minute through her modest job as a translator for one of the charity's sponsors. She wore a simple rented gown and kept close to the corner, clutching her small purse nervously. She hadn't expected to be here, in a room full of wealth and prestige. She had only come because she needed the paycheck. The event proceeded with speeches and applause until Dmitry himself walked onto the stage. He gave a short introduction in English, his accent thick but clear. Then, abruptly, his voice switched to Russian. "Kato Zadiz Panamate," he asked. "Who here understands?" The ballroom went silent. Guests exchanged confused looks. Not a single person moved. Dmitry's gaze swept over the room, lingering with a mixture of disappointment and challenge. Elena's heart pounded. She knew exactly what he had asked. Russian wasn't just another language to her, it was the language of her late grandmother, who had raised her. She hesitated. Should she speak? This was dangerous ground. But then Dmitry's voice cut through the silence again, sharper this time. "No one." Almost against her will, Elena raised her hand. Her voice trembled, but she answered in perfect Russian. "A Panamau. I understand." All eyes turned toward her. Gasps echoed across the ballroom. The billionaire's cold expression shifted, just slightly. A flicker of surprise, then something else, interest. "You," he said, switching back to English. "Come here." Elena froze. Her knees felt weak, but she walked forward, her heels clicking nervously on the marble floor. Dmitry studied her carefully as if trying to uncover a secret. "What is your name?" "Elena," she whispered. He leaned closer, speaking in Russian again. "Do you know what I just asked them?" "Yes," Elena replied softly, meeting his eyes. "You asked who understands." A faint smile tugged at the corner of his lips. No one had seen him smile all night. The crowd erupted in murmurs. Who is this woman? How did she dare answer him when no one else could? But Elena didn't care about their stares. She had only spoken the truth. What she didn't know was that her answer had just changed the course of her life. After the gala ended, most guests left buzzing with curiosity about the mysterious woman who had spoken Russian to Dmitry Volkov. Elena tried to slip away quietly, but a tall security guard stopped her. "Mr. Volkov would like a word." Her heart nearly stopped. She followed him to a private lounge, where Dmitry sat alone, a glass of whiskey in hand. The room was dim, intimate, and intimidating. "Sit," he commanded. Elena obeyed, her palms sweating. He studied her again, his eyes sharper now. "Few people in this country speak Russian fluently. Where did you learn?" "My grandmother," Elena answered. "She was from Moscow. She raised me after my parents left." Dmitry's gaze softened for a fraction of a second. "So you carry Russia in your blood?" She nodded, unsure what to say. He leaned back, swirling his glass. "Do you know why I asked that question tonight?" Elena shook her head. "Because loyalty is revealed not in wealth or appearance, but in understanding. I wanted to see who would step forward. No one dared. Except you." Elena's throat went dry. "I didn't mean to stand out. I only answered honestly." Dmitry chuckled, low and unexpected. "Honesty is rarer than diamonds in this room. That is why you interest me." Her pulse raced. "Interest you? I'm just a single mom trying to make ends meet. I don't belong in your world." He set down his glass and leaned forward, his eyes piercing hers. "Perhaps not. But sometimes the people who don't belong are exactly the ones who are needed." Elena's chest tightened. She thought of her little boy waiting at home with a neighbor, of the bills she could barely pay, of the endless struggles of survival. And now here she was, face to face with a billionaire who spoke like he was about to alter her fate. "What do you want from me?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Dmitry smirked, almost amused by her directness. "Work for me. Be my translator, my voice where others fail. I can give you more than just a paycheck, I can give you a future." Her breath caught. It sounded too good, too dangerous. But something in his tone told her this was no ordinary offer. This was a test. Elena thought of how everyone had frozen in fear when he spoke Russian, and how she alone had answered. Maybe this was her chance, her one chance, to step into something greater. Finally, she lifted her chin and whispered, "Yes." Dimitri's eyes gleamed. "Horoso. Good." And just like that, the single mom who once blended into the shadows became the only person in the room the billionaire could not ignore.